Hey everyone, this is Sarah with Straight Talk with Sarah and William, and it has been a while since we did a gardening update here. So let's take a look around the deck. As you can see, like the patio cushions and everything are inside the house. The umbrella is down. We had rain overnight, so we like to try to keep the patio cushions dry so we get to enjoy our deck more often. So I'm guessing it's been a month since I've done any update on our garden here. So in this planter, things are looking a little tired. My lobelia has seen better days. The Daisha here has also seen some better days. But it does look like I'm getting another bud here on my dahlia. So excited for that. And over here again, a few things are looking tired, but in general they're doing really well. And one of my favorite dahlias is blooming right now. Check that flower out. This one's doing really well. The Bidens are really showing their color here with the yellow and orange. Kind of decided I want to do a lot of Bidens and planters next year. The bees really seem to be all over those when the sun is out shining. And this planter here in the corner, which I thought was going to be my absolute favorite when I planted it, has kind of been a dud to me. But you know what? You learn. And there I have my charcoals going for my smoker. A little tip I have for starting your chimney is to put it on top of your offset burner on your grill, if you have one. No fuss, no muss. It is awesome. This one's going quite strong. Might turn down the gas a bit. So here's a look at our plants around our bird bath here. The moss roses are really doing excellent right now. I got two varieties open. I have this, I think it's a double fuchsia or it's magenta, whichever, still gorgeous. And then I have this bicolored one down here. And some of the dahlias are blooming, so that's awesome. This little garden patch right here is just covered with moss roses. They have really taken over, and with the sunshine on them, they're really showing their beauty. And then a quick little peek down here at my cucumbers. We've been harvesting like 4 to 5 decent sized cucumbers every week. Been having to give quite a few of those away. And we'll check out my other vegetable plants here. One good harvest of tomatoes that we managed to scrape together that Jack didn't eat. My aromas were getting close to being ready, and that little fart over there, we decided it was time to snack on them. And of my cherry tomatoes, anything that isn't at his level he got, and anything above that pretty much William ate. And take a check over here at my pepper plants. My big Berthas are turning red, so you can either harvest them when they're green like this or when they're red like that. And also my poblamos are doing good, so I could probably pick those. And my jalapenos are doing well. And over on this side, we kind of just have a little hosta fern bed, which is doing really nice. And then right here, I have a climbing hydrangea, which really hasn't been up to much till all of a sudden it's just starting to take off. We're kind of just gonna let it grow along the side of the deck here. So really excited for that. Especially if it starts to bloom, we'll really enjoy that. I'm really trying hard not to say I'm loving it or I'm loving this, because it has been irritating my husband, I guess. But there are some things I am loving about our financial situation. Will paid off his cell phone, so our bill has dropped in half basically. Also, we were able to pay off 2 of his car loans and 2 car repair loans and 2 personal loans he had. So I am loving that. So yeah, so here's a little view of the cucumbers I just harvested today. Another little money saving tip here is that I had some green onions that are kind of going bad in the fridge. I'm guessing this was like 3 days ago. I took them out, I cut off the bad brown stuff, put them in, and as you can see, we have new growth here and here. So, you know, if you have leftover green onions, stuff like that, it doesn't hurt to stick them in some soil and try to grow them. This little planter here is really starting to take off with the Kufia, Hedera or English ivy, and a self-seeded salvia. Then a view at this 3-tier planter that has really taken off. You know, it's amazing what happens when you water your plants. Yeah, so on the top I got petunia and a euphorbia. The next tier down I have again another couple of varieties of petunias, verbena, euphorbia again, and then on this bottom tier here I have geraniums and the Lophosphorum, which is flowering right now. I don't know if I've showed you that flower before, but it has this lovely trumpet flower. And then that is now mingling with my Thunbergia or Black-Eyed Susan vine. And this little perennial garden here is doing really well. My Maltese cross got a second bloom on it, and my echinacea is going good. So is this like kind of false sunflower I have, and my variety of Black-Eyed Susan here is opening up. My salvias are kind of coming to the end of their run. And I also have a pot here of mums that hopefully will look lovely come fall, which, truth be told, we're in the middle of August. Fall isn't very far away. And then this original Endless Summer Hydrangea here, so it starts out blooming blue, and as the flowers mature and get to their end stage, they kind of have turned to this awesome rosy, rusty color. And just for William, I'm going to say I'm loving it. And then here's my sad hydrangea tree that had the top snapped off. It's doing really well, and I didn't think this would happen, but I am going to get some flowers on it this year. Very excited for that. And then here in my corner garden, my sedum is doing really well. It's starting to like crack some color on it. If you can take a look here, as you can see, you can start seeing a tinge of pink. And so my Summer Crush, which was a vibrant pink when the flowers first started, have now again gone to a kind of a more rusty color with some green hues to it. I'm going to say that's not my favorite, but I mean it still looks nice in this area. And again, my moss roses are blooming, my New Guinea impatiens are blooming. It's doing really well. Can't wait for my asters back here to bloom. And it just seems like this giant bush of garden phlox will not stop flowering. But we will be digging up a portion of this phlox to put the hydrangea tree in. And as we come around to the front of the house here, looks like we need to fix our American flag. So I will get to that. But again, the moss roses have really exploded in this area, just kind of taken over, which I like because I really do not enjoy my rocks. And then my little quick fire here is looking nice. You know, kind of went from its original white flowering to a green to now a blushy pink in it. And some of my pots up front are starting to look kind of tired, but what do you expect when it's middle of August? Again, in this pot, it really kind of seems like my potato vine is the main thing that's really taken over. Then here's my black and blue salvia, or rhythm and blues. Not always sure which one it is, but it is flowering. I love the flowers. At work, the hummingbirds are all over these. And then a couple weeks ago, I found this little surprise back here. It's a little self-seeded snapdragon, which has been coming back. I think this is its 3rd year. And in this planter, the salmon Ivy League geranium is doing wonderful. I'm absolutely loving it. What I'm not loving here is we have a little bit of a leaky faucet back here. It looks like didn't get turned off, so that's some money going down the drain. But this planter is looking nice, and so is this little evergreen that I brought home that somebody returned. And then just a quick little check on my circular garden here. Something I'm not really loving is that it has become snack food for rabbits. So the leaves of my echinacea here have been chewed off. My pink garden phlox that was in here is done blooming, but my black-eyed Susan here is starting to bloom. Still got my echinacea or coneflower blooming here, so it's a really lovely color combination of the yellow and the purpley pinks of the echinacea there. Little kind of exciting thing down here is I got a sedum, as you can see here, that broke off of the bigger plant that I got from my sister, and just for giggles and maybe some shits, we stuck it in there, and it looks like it has rooted. So really excited about that. What else can I talk about my yard? Oh, William wants to put in a giant perennial garden between these two pine trees, which is kind of my garden goal, but it's going to be a big project. We're talking at least 32 feet in between the trees. We kind of want to do an oval shape, so the widest part of the oval might be between 10 to 12 feet. That's a lot of square feet to fill with plants. So we'll see. I really want to do a pollinator's garden, to do some Joe Pyeweed, echinacea, sedums. I want some kind of yellowy flower. I know yarrow would be great for the pollinators, but the problem is I don't like yarrow. So we'll find something else. Maybe some coreopsis would be good. Maybe get some lupines in there for in the spring blooming. So yeah, and some grasses. And we were planning on moving the wishing well here up into that garden. Maybe make a bit of a rain garden. Not 100% sure yet, but we'll figure out something awesome to do there. Well, I'm betting my coal's about ready to be tossed over into the smoker. I gotta have a nice rub on the ribs, so I'm going to smoke those for about 2 hours, wrap them up in tin foil, then put them in the fridge for overnight, and have William stick them in the oven a couple hours before I come home from work. Well, until next time, this is Sarah from Straight Talk with Sarah and William. I hope you have been enjoying our videos.